Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We got Cardo Dudley Jr. here. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. And look, man, U.S. men's taking on Brazil today in the first game of the knockout round. This winner go home essentially from here on out. The women's will be taking part in their first game in the knockout round tomorrow afternoon, so we'll definitely see y'all then. But for the USA, they came out and took care of business. They routed Brazil 122 to 87. That starting group got off to a good start. Felt like they led with the defensive end, and things kind of took care of themselves as that game went on. Obviously we've raved about their depth to this point, and that happened. Their depth did what it normally does. Shout out to Kevin Durant for officially passing Lisa Leslie as the all-time U.S. Olympic scorer in basketball. We knew that was going to happen eventually as he neared that historic mark. But it officially happened today. But Cardo, I want to get your thoughts on this one. Is again, like, not that the other games didn't matter, but it's officially when it go home. It's called the knockout round for a reason, aka the medal round. So your thoughts on their first step today?
I mean, they dominated. They did what they should do. Um, the Brazil came in and they literally have uh, one player, well, two. But Raul Neto went out early, banged up. Two players with NBA experience. The rest of those guys don't really have, if they have any NBA experience, and you could just see like they were caught like deer in the headlights. You could just see they were overwhelmed to begin with. I respect the USA for coming out and jumping on them, not BSing, playing with their food. They say they brought the same intensity on the defensive end that has carried them throughout Olympic play, through the group play, and the efficiency offensively where they're moving the ball and everybody's a threat. Playing beautiful basketball, backdoor cuts, facilitating, making an extra pass, solid screens, being unselfish. You got a good shot, but go ahead and pass it to the other player, your teammate that has a great shot, and being consistent with that, man. You know what I mean? And the game is over in the first quarter. Let's just call it like it is. You know what I'm saying? They almost shot 60% from the field, 50% from three, and 90% from the free throw line. Any team shoots like that, man, it's over. It's not much. It's not much you can do. You know what I'm saying? Balanced attack. Look, six players in double figures with about three more that was knocking on the door double figures. So like that's what I'm saying, man. No one has the depth that USA has. And Brazil came in at 1-2. We all kind of expected that it would get ugly quick, and it did. And that's what I love about what the USA did. They did what they should do, like dominate, get them up out of here and move on. And you ain't see like a threat, like somebody, they allowed them to get confidence, and a couple players hitting some threes, and now they feel like they can play, and now it's a game, and it's a close game longer than it should have been. So, they got them up out of there, man. Pressure defense from the backcourt, Drew Holiday ripping them, taking all the way, dunking on them. LeBron still doing what he's doing, just being the floor general, so to speak. And just efficient, man. And the guys, I mean, come on, look, like LeBron and Embiid, 6 shots both, but they made 5 shots. You know what I mean? Like KD 8 shots, Adebayo 8 shots. Like only one player got double-digit shots, and that was Ant, and he hit 6 out of them, 6 of them. So, you're not gonna beat any team, let alone the USA team. Unless you could be able to play consistent enough defense to kind of slow it down and still execute your offense. That's only hope you have, man. So this game, once I saw the bracket, I knew, all right, they're gonna dominate them. Then it's just a matter of facing the next opponent, and which is Serbia, I believe. They beat Serbia earlier, but that was what's my man name from Serbia, from the Hawks. Well, we used to play for the Hawks, the guard.
Bogdanovic.
Yeah, Bogdanovic. That was like his first game back. He didn't play in the showcase games and stuff like that. So he has time to gel. And then Serbia, they riding high before the USA earlier today. They were down 24. It was like Australia about to get them up out of there, and they mounted a hell of a comeback. So they come in. They coming in with the right amount of confidence and also the right amount of, like, we don't handle our business, we not coming back with them. You know what I'm saying? So they dangerous, and they got who I believe is the best player on the planet right now, and that's Nikola Jokic. You know what I'm saying? So anything, and we all saw in the last game when he was on the floor, it was even. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm like, Jokic, eat your Wheaties, whatever you got to do, get your rest, be in that cold tub, because you ain't coming out, brother. This is the only chance we have. It's knockout round. So, it's going to be interesting, man. If they let Jokic just unleash him, it's going to be interesting to see how he messes up, because he's like all 5 players in one dude. So, it's tough. He's a point center. So that's just hard to match up with. It's hard to match up with that. And he's in that game, you might see more Bam and AD, because they can get on the perimeter with them and all that more so than Embiid or whatnot. Or Seeker might just throw all of them at him just to try to wear him down, slow him down, because everything's going to be fair from him. You know what I mean? So the thing is, can Serbia guards hold up? And that's the question. The front court, yeah. But can their guards hold up enough where they can be challenged? They can challenge the USA. We're about to see, but I expect definitely a more competitive game than what we saw today moving forward. But yeah, USA did what they should do.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to add a whole bunch of extra words to it. They had a task in front of them. They completed the task. Not a knock Brazil or what have you. Again, like you said, they entered the knockout stage 1 and 2. We knew how this was going to go, and like you, I'm appreciative that this USA team didn't do what we've seen different iterations of USA teams do at times in the same situation, which is fall into that horrible hole of, oh, it's a gimme game, stuff should be sweet, and it end up being a whole different type of experience that it needed to be. And so appreciative of that. And like you said with Serbia, that was a hell of a comeback earlier, man. For anybody that missed it, I hope you guys find a way to rewatch that. Like, Australia came out and had them folks on the ropes, and they just walked them down. Like you said, with the best player in the world leading the way. That was a hell of a performance by Joker and company. And yeah, like you said, how does Serbia find a way to try to stifle the U.S. perimeter players? And also, can they control those moments if and when Jokic is off the court, because they died in those moments last time. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, it's a little swing. Like 2 different games were played when he was on the court and off the court. Like drastically different games were played. So that's something I'm sure they want to keep their eyes on. But credit to them, to the USA for getting the job done today, and Serbia for handling their business. The player of the game.
Ooh, yeah, I give it to D Book, man. He's actually been pretty solid throughout the tournament quietly, defensively and just picking his spots, man. But yeah, 18 on 6 and 9, 5 and 7 from deep. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, man. 1 turnover. That's just in 15 minutes. Can't get no better than that.
Like you said, the efficiency. You talked about the team's overall efficiency when we first got on here. Book's been consistent.
Yeah.
He's been one of the few consistent players in that starting group the entire time. This was just the first game where it showed in the scoring column. But everything else that we've seen, like, he's done those other things. He just hadn't had the opportunities prior to this one to take 9 shots. Honestly, that's literally just been an issue. But he's been perfect in that group, filling his role and handling his business. X factor.
It's LeBron. I gotta give it to LeBron, man. He's literally just a point guard out there right now. He's playing point guard, facilitating, getting guys easy shots. I love the lob to Jason Tatum. I love that type of passing, man. Right on the dime over the defender, man. He was just surgical. And passing's contagious, man. It's fun. You know what I mean? Because when you see a couple guys passing like how he's been passing, it just feeds around to the other team. Like everybody else start to copy it. And you know what I mean? And one thing that can kill any defense is passing. I don't care how great a defense, you always on the move. Eventually somebody's gonna break and the pass and get where it need to be, and somebody's gonna get a good shot. So, but you just saw that consistently throughout everything, and it became contagious and everybody fed off of it. Like LeBron had 9, but Booker had 3, Holiday had 3, Durant had 3, Davis had 3, Edwards had 2, Derek White had 4. Multiple players had 3 or more. You see what I'm saying? And and everybody outside Steph Curry had an assist. So it was just like you scouting them. Who do we pinpoint? It's tough to do.
Yeah, not to mention where he's playing that facilitator role for on the court. It's a different type of stress on teams. Again, like you said, he had 9 assists, and he's been getting more and more comfortable with that group with each game that's went by. How do you deal with that? Because for the most part, the person that's on him while he's essentially playing point guard is a bigger player, sometimes a smaller player where he can get downhill if he needs to, but you got shooters running off. You got shooters running off ball. You got Drew Holiday, who brings the very special blend of combo guard that he is, that where he's cutting to the lane at weird times. Him and Steph setting screens. You had Joel doing what he was doing. But yeah, LeBron's what he does best. His best skill was definitely on display tonight, this afternoon, what have you, tonight with that group. And it was honestly for me, it was good to see that group get rolling because we've seen the bench consistently roll regardless in each and every game. And that's not that the starting group's been bad, but you've been waiting for them to kind of get their own rhythm going at some point, and it's good to see that. And I think today's probably been the best example of that thus far on both ends of the floor for that starting group. And clearly, he had his hands on the controls.
No doubt, because you got 2 primary ball handlers. Even Booker, he handles the ball a lot for Phoenix. You got 2 primary ball handlers that's off the ball now. See what I'm saying? So, that's tough to do. But you can't knock it because, it's tough to adjust in such a short period of time, but you can't knock it because, LeBron at 6'8", 6'9", playing point, that's a matchup nightmare. You know what I mean? And it automatically just makes the other team just be out of whack defensively. It's like, do I keep my point guard on him? Do I have a big wing on him? But if he's out there, it's my wing is at the top of the key and he's not on the perimeter and the lane to clog up things and help our bigs and all. It's just it's a lot of questions you gotta answer. And then but that's why LeBron's one of the greatest of all time.
Like you said, there's no right answer for it. Mm-hmm. If you do put someone you want to put your best perimeter defender on them, that means not your best perimeter defender is chasing the shooters through screens, which is the task in autumn, the task in itself. You're probably not going to double the 6'8" facilitator, see over the double. Really good game for U.S. today, man. Glad that they handled business. Like you said, they got Serbia up next. We'll see how that goes. And we'll see y'all tomorrow afternoon as USA women get into the knockout round. I believe they're taking on Nigeria, correct?
Yes.
So we'll see you guys about the same time tomorrow afternoon. So y'all have a great day. And don't forget, Focus TV, the weekly show is on tomorrow morning on our channel. See y'all then.